A very good afternoon to you all. Thank you for joining us for the UBC Lunchtime News, the weekly news roundup edition. My name is Wadulo Arnold Mark, and it's going to be an hours-long bulletin, so do sit tight. Let's give you those news updates. President Yoweri Kaguta Museveni this week campaigned in Namisindwa district, promising more works in the health, education and infrastructure sectors as he seeks for another term in office. The Namisindwa rally marks the 51st campaign rally for the NRM candidate Yoweri Kaguta Museveni.
Hundreds of NRM supporters have gathered at Namisindwa Technical College in Namisindwa district to welcome the campaign trail of candidate Yoweri Kaguta Museveni. As usual, second national vice chairperson NRM Anita Ntamong led the day's campaign task force in Namisindwa.
So we love you so much and we thank you for coming.
In Namisindwa, the president was accompanied by the first daughter Natasha Karukire. President Yoweri Kaguta Museveni is holding the NRM presidential flag for 2026-2031.
We resist any plans of the enemy that may take us back to misery. We refuse any negative forces designed to destroy our country. To the people of Namisindwa, this meeting is a very important meeting. It is a meeting that sets agenda of NRM for the next 5 years.
To the president, Namisindwa district local leaders sought for his attention mainly on issues related to infrastructure, water and education.
We have our road from Kufu, Nambora, Namisindwa, Magale, Bumbo, Rwakaka Road. This is a very important road because it connects us to other parts of Kenya.
NRM Central Executive Committee members Anita Ntamong and Calvin Ichudu committed Namisindwa districts towards the protection of the gains.
Issue of the road. Those are, I think, the issues that I would like to echo that I believe would consolidate the gains in this region.
Your Excellency, we are here to celebrate the good things you have done for this country. It is only people who don't appreciate who cannot say it, but even a blind person can see what you've done for Uganda over the years.
To the people of Namisindwa, President Yoweri Kaguta Museveni has reminded them the pacification of Uganda wasn't an easy task.
It was not easy to bring peace to Uganda, but because we believe in unity, we don't believe in sectarianism, we have been able to create a party which unites the Ugandans, but also create institutions.
Namisindwa being one of the mountainous districts, mainly surrounded by Mount Elgon, President Museveni has campaigned promising more efforts towards infrastructure.
Now, that one is already funded now. That one, the one of Bududa. So therefore, that means we need two roads, that one and this one here. We are going to work on both. In the meantime, I've told the people of the Ministry of Works to maintain it as good maram.
For others like water, schools, health facilities and electricity, Museveni says more is coming.
Then to have one secondary school per sub-county. Now, for the health, it is to have one health center, 3 per sub-county. I don't think you are hearing well. Let's wait for the rain to stop, then we can resume.
And in more news from this week, the First Lady and Minister of Education and Sports, Janet Museveni, welcomed the former opposition members from Madiokolo district and renounced their former affiliations and officially also joined the National Resistance Movement, the NRM party. The delegation led by Madiokolo Woman Member of Parliament, Joan Okia, was received by Mrs. Museveni at State House, Nakasero. The team included prominent former opposition figures such as Mr. Abdul Hakim Moli, a former commissioner of the Forum for Democratic Change, FDC, Mr. Victor Wadri, a former FDC parliamentary candidate, and several former mobilizers and district executives from both FDC and the National Unity Platform.
In her remarks, the First Lady commended the group for what she described as a courageous and patriotic decision to unite under the NRM banner, calling it a sign of growing maturity and reconciliation in Uganda's political landscape.
God would tell us that He wants us to be united as a people, that we may have the freedom, that we may have the peace, that we may walk in any area of Uganda in peace and confidence, that nobody should fear anything. So I really thank Honorable Joan Okia for doing that, where he's representing the government of NRM, because that's the work all of us must do.
She reminded the group that the NRM fought a 5-year liberation war to end the politics of division and hatred among Ugandans.
Young people in this country must know that NRM had to live in the bush for 5 years to try to ensure that all those problems that were dividing the people of Uganda, that they can be forgotten, so that we can now hold hands together and know that we are brothers and sisters. We are one nation. We are a family of Ugandans. So when I see you making a decision to leave opposition and join NRM, I thank God so much, and I'm proud of you, a member of parliament.
Mrs. Museveni emphasized that unity and peace form the foundation of Uganda's progress, adding that many African nations have been held back by division and tribal politics. Haj Abdul Hakim, the former FD's Electoral Affairs Commissioner, shared his personal journey of reconciliation, describing his return to the NRM as a homecoming.
Your Excellency, we have come to reaffirm our unwavering commitment to the ideals and values of movement and to humbly present to you a group of new converts who have chosen to return home to the NRM family. These are men who have come to appreciate the steadfast progress and inclusive leadership that the movement embodies.
Honorable Joan Okia thanked the First Lady for her mentorship and guidance, noting that the return of former opposition members marks a new chapter for the politics of Madiokolo district.
One of our main focuses shall be to get our people to turn out to vote. Yes. Those who love and support this NRM to get out and vote. Yes. Madiokolo is for NRM. Madiokolo is for His Excellency, the President.
They pledge their loyalty and commitment to the NRM's vision of peace, unity and socio-economic transformation championed by the President. Reporting for UBC, Baguma William.
The second Deputy Prime Minister, Rebecca Alitwala Kadaga, has officially launched a mobilization strategy for NRM Party Chairman Yoweri Kaguta Museveni in Busoga sub-region. Kadaga held a press briefing and asked the Basoga to trust President Museveni and focus on demanding and protecting what has been done. Kadaga also told the Basoga that she reached an agreement with President Museveni on several projects yet to be started in the region. Let's take a look.
tulidde tufunye olwali luno tulibedde okutalaaga Busoga yonna yonna ffe tuli ttiimu Kadaaga era Busoga bulayire oba Busoga bulaale ttiimu ya Baba Kyabazinga ekuuma Kyabazinga era tubaye tulinda ekigambo kirala maama Kadaaga kutusimbula era nga bwe yatukoba bwe tulina okukola t-shirt bwe twambaire yadiwandiikako nga tulina owa Pulezidenti Yoweri Kaguta Museveni ne maama Kadaaga era tulijja abawa 10 ku 10 batakyewuunya ino dada waife Museveni tetuliisaba emirimu mu Busoga emirimu gibuze bainvesita baidamu bakola aye baleeta bakoze okuva mu kitundu kindi ngaife Abasoga abavubuka tulikwenda otuyambeku kwekyo kyemirimu n'obwavu obuli mu Busoga buno
maama yatusuubiza nti ayagala kuba niffe making sure nti abavubuka bafuna emirimu era kyesaba kuba kwabona bana mwikirize tuvuye mu bungi tuwe Pulezidenti akalulu ayikirize nti Busoga emere naye tuboneke tufune ebyo betubanda muwaso nga Industrial Park ejja kutwala abantu mwana tusobola okufuna emirimu nga obona kire kiri embale twetaaga iganga abavubuka basobola okufuna emirimu babe n'eisuubi.
President Yoweri Kaguta Museveni has reaffirmed government's commitment to continue working with the Muslim leaders to promote development and socio-economic transformation. The president's message was delivered by the Special Presidential Assistant for Press and Mobilization and Deputy Presidential Press Secretary Haji Farouk Chirunda during the special Busoga prayers and the inauguration of district Kadis in Namutumba and Bugweri districts.
Sabi okutwala mu maiso enjiri ey'obusiraamu nga mwesigama kwebyo byawandikibwa mu kitabo ekitukuvu ekya Quran. Era Quran eno mbwene nga babagemya Quran babagemya n'amateeka agandi agogoberera mu ofisi zaimwe. Ni President yakyogere kwano. NRM government ekolagana n'abakulembeze ab'obusiraamu mu igwanga. Era ng'erina programs kamaala ed'ebyenkulankulana etuli kugemako mu lutalo olw'okulankulanya igwanga lino. Omuntu yenna mu bulamu obwensi alina bye yeetaaga mu bulamu omuli okusomesa abaana omuli okwetuusaako ebyobulamu omuli okwetuusaako emmere n'ebyefaananyirizaako bityo bino omuntu asobola kubituukako ng'azira ssente. So gavumenti ya NRM yataawe programs kamaala edda okuyambaku okutoola abantu mu bwavu wabayirewo emyoga wabayirewo enkola butyeriwo ya PDM ey'abantu okubawa akakayira akalala buli muntu kamusobozesa okumuyamba okubaako n'ekyakola okubaako n'ekyeyeetuusaako omuli okusomesa abaana omuli okwambala kwetaaga okwambala omuli okweyidandaba n'ebindi nga kuba bitayire.
Emirembe gye tulimu kaakati tuleme kugizanyisa. Ekyo njagadde mbabuulire nga Bannayuganda nti emirembe gye tulimu kaakati tetugizanyisa. Oli bw'agamba tugenda kuwakanya, tugenda kulwana, tugenda kukozesa kifuba, egyo emirembe enkola eyo tetugyagala. Mutunulire emirembe gye tulimu n'omuntu eyagireeta ate tusigale nga tukuuma emirembe egyo kulw'okubanga emirembe givaawo mangu entalo bwe zijja emirembe olwawo okugifuna. Ssebo akiikiridde Pulezidenti w'eggwanga genda omugambe ntusiima ng'abasiraamu ba Uganda tusiima.
Twava mu movement system, mu multi-party system, tulonda party.
Yoweri Kaguta Yoweri Museveni okulaba nti yawulira omulanga eddoboozi ly'abakyala n'atuwa essente ez'ebbiliyoni 2. Nze ndi musanyufu nnyo abakyala mu kubetakibiira Allah.
The Minister for the Presidency, Babidi Mili Babalanda, has urged RDCs in Acholi sub-region to intensify mobilization ahead of the 2026 general elections. She was closing a capacity-building workshop for the RDCs, RCCs and their deputies and security officers at Boma Hotel in Gulu City. Babalanda called for renewed energy in mobilizing communities and strengthening the monitoring of government programs, as these details share with us.
It is important to briefly re-emphasize what your appointing authority and us as your supervisors expect of you. Monitoring of all projects or activities being implemented in your respective districts, whether government or donor funded. Advocate for what is right and go against what is wrong. You should intensify the mobilization activities to ensure that His Excellency the President scores 95% during the forthcoming general elections. And advocate for approaches like community policing in liaison with the other actors. Public, I want to thank you because most of you are here, you go on radios, these local radios of ours, and you've been conducting barazas. You must leave no stone unturned.
Registered in regard to peace and security in northern Uganda. The people of northern Uganda can now vote for NRM. We could see this when the president came here for the presidential campaigns. The numbers of people that turn up were unprecedented.
The National Unity Platform President Flag Bearer Robert Kyagulanyi Ssentamu has lashed at the Electoral Commission for remaining silent as security agencies arrest NUP supporters. Kyagulanyi was campaigning in Rampala and in Ntungamo districts where he promised the people of Ankole sub-region improved agriculture, revitalization of cooperatives, free education and meals, improved healthcare services and access to electricity and clean water for every household.
Mbarara Central Police Station.
To see people whom you're holding, because this is a known detention facility, so come to visit the people. Since it's good enough, it's our photo.
The delegation arrived at the police station and met the OC and DPC, who allowed them to see the suspects before a closed meeting that was closed to the media. Later on, NUP presidential candidate Robert Kyagulanyi held a press conference where he condemned the actions of the security agencies. Kyagulanyi faulted the Electoral Commission for remaining silent following the arrest of his supporters.
Yesterday, more than 100 of our comrades were arrested as we headed to Wiziwera for our rally. Our candidates, for example, our woman MP candidate for Rampala district, her name is Sarah Chichoncho. She's in detention. Our MP for Rampala East, called Miambi Jean, is also at the police. And also our MP for Bukanga North, Comrade Chihembo Emmanuel, is also under arrest. And many
Kyagulanyi vowed not to back down from his campaign mission, promising to continue his trail across the country. At the rallies in Rampara and Ntungamo, Kyagulanyi urged the people to embrace unity and reject discrimination. Kyagulanyi promised to revive cooperatives, improve agriculture and livestock farming once elected. He reaffirmed free education with meals, fully equipped hospitals with medicine and doctors.
Mwenu omushinja okukyagulanyi taine tribalism ombya kukora byona abwensonga neki je muli ate mulutegeera banange mubeeyo mulonde kano ke kaseera abokusinga hamuli eminyeeto mukkiriza muntu yenna kubaawulayawula itwe twena tuli omuntu omwe nitukundana nitushwerana kandi abantu betu nibatuura hamwe nga muri Uganda yona
mukimpeera karuru ahabwokuba ekindi kumanya abaganda nibakunda bakwe baabo kumuramuha akaruru nimwe mukuza kutirayo kufunamu ahora arebe ambrero okore ki.
Joseph Chigozigola and Jamil Sekaja for UBC.
The Forum for Democratic Change presidential candidate Nathan Nandala Mafabi has clarified that coffee in Bugisu was brought by their forefathers. While holding a campaign rally in Soroti City, Mafabi said that even the coffee he owns today is inherited.
Forum for Democratic Change Party campaign teams for presidential candidate and flag bearers on various positions in Soroti and Serere have held a procession including performances through Soroti City to Arrow Square grounds where the candidates held a rally. He was welcomed with by a big crowd anxious to listen to his manifesto. FDC Party President Patrick Oboya Muriat introduced the candidate to the people of Teso, whom he said the Itesots are challenged with lack of jobs.
People of Teso are yearning for jobs. A number are educated, but can't have jobs. The job that is given to us as Teso is that of a security guard in Kampala, in Jinja, and Entebbe. That is scandalous.
Before the candidate addressed the crowd, he was first initiated by elders who presented to him an arrow and shield.
That we are giving you is for protection, that when you hold it, anything that comes to you, we shall guard it using that shield, and we shall fix the economy and put the money in the pockets of our people. We also give you that to wait for your enemies, that when they come, you will definitely pierce them as you protect with the shield. Thank you so much.
Mafabi was accompanied by his wife, an Itesot who also campaigned for her husband.
Ija, mamai, watata, ayaolo lenge jaka, ita itodiki nesi. Arecha manara, ibokor kujo.
The presidential candidate was, however, disappointed that district farm institutes were destroyed and promised to revive them.
He was brought by him. No, ebe abaramu sebene sabu nebe na sayangu ne coffee. Coffee ni mujisu was by our forefathers. Benwa papa kechi mugisu kesayanga unete coffee bugisare mwanyi. And in fact, the one I own is from my grandfather, which I inherited before he came to power.
Campaign rallies in Teso are being held on a slogan, "No cow, no votes." Sadam Mubale, Farida Namfuka, UBC News.
Security agencies in the Rwenzori region have intensified operations following a recent isolated attack on Bundibujo soil, a neighboring district. Over 1,000 local leaders have convened to assess the security situation as authorities continue to arrest suspects linked to the attacks that left 4 people dead, including a soldier in Bundibujo. The Uganda People's Defense Forces have also launched fresh recruitment of local defense personnel to strengthen community security. 5 more suspects have been arrested in Bundibujo, as Ivan Kawa reports.
Over 1,000 leaders across the Bundibujo district have held an engagement regarding the security situation in the district and neighboring areas. Local council leaders have been instrumental in apprehending suspects involved in the recent attacks on security installations in Malindi and Kakuka.
Ononi Mwiraura Lasto, chairperson LC1 owe Kakuka, eya kabiri, eyibasiraia commander owe Warebo.
The attacks were carried out by unidentified persons armed with machetes, leaving 4 people dead, including a soldier.
Rundijo mwisurukare ba mutazi. Wa mazirao, bashuma Kakuka detach.
But my appeal to all those people who are involved in those acts, they should surrender, because we are looking for them. First of all, there are people who were arrested, and they are mentioning those ones who were involved. So let them surrender. If they surrender, they can get a smoother punishment.
In Bundibujo, 5 more suspects were arrested from the Democratic Republic of Congo, and intelligence-led operations continue across the Rwenzori region, with a sizable number of suspects already in the hands of security agencies.
Abakwasirwe bali cheni bite yo namba tushayongeramu abirukire kagadi nyencha nsinduke emotoka kugenda bagarure kuno bagamba bakabizire kuraki no wabihire mpora information tujja kujitunga.
Whether you are from Kagadi, whether you are from Bunyangabu, whether you are from Kasese, security is going to look for you. And now we are not even using only human intelligence. We are also using technical intelligence, because they were coordinating on phone, and we already know the phone numbers, and we are going to track for them.
And I want to thank the people of Kasese because of the vigilance, because of the security they have enjoyed, and they don't want anybody to disrupt their peace. They decided to hunt for these people. Even yesterday, I was telling one of the operative officers that in one sub-county called Buhira, they have identified around 3 people hiding. Others had had some injuries, but they were hiding. And I am sure the security personnel must have already picked them.
The UPDF is currently recruiting local defense personnel in the districts of Kasese, Bundibujo, Bunyangabo, Ntoroko, Kabarole and Kamwenge. The initiative is aimed at enhancing security in these areas and help crack down on criminal elements by working closely with the local communities.
Kasto bana si tampu ya RC1 na RC2 aija wanu nja kuemerera umwana bamutwali aza tukuswazi tubone kirarugemu.
Now, local leaders in Ibundibujo district are proposing for the village residential audits and as well as introduce visitors' books to ensure the effectiveness of the neighborhood watch. The attack in the Rwenzori region is characterized by myth, where the attackers believed that they are immune to bullets, which is why they attacked security installations.
Buntu budamadoma kubasali abagezi muntu okugamba ati osenkusiga bigita sasi tiri kukukwata nkusima UPDF tinkabonaga muntu alina kugumisiriza omusasa wa UPDF lira omusasa akasa kumwegimba netimu na kipanga ati amwete paka na pako bwa mukilio na amubakira mukikalo kyoko mulasa nguli ali alisiye ndina mbondo ngimanyi ngumulasa masasi ma15.
You can't get a panga, you get a catapult, and then you go and get some eggplants, and they are not edible eggplants, and you say they will work like grenades. That is total stupidity, and I don't want it to happen again.
The Omdingia wa Bwamba, His Majesty Martin Kamya, during a brief meeting with the Minister of State for National Guidance, Honorable Godfrey Kabyanga, expressed concern over the ongoing insecurity. He emphasized that families affected by these incidents deserve justice. Ivan Kahwa, UBC News in Ibundibujo District.
And in more news from this week, Bugema University is one of Uganda's leading Seventh-day Adventist institutions, and it has held its 31st graduation at the main campus in Bugema, Luwero District. Here are some of the details. We do beg your pardon. Stakeholders in pre-primary education have urged the Ministry of Education to expedite the process of developing a curriculum for the pre-primary level. They emphasized that a well-structured curriculum is essential to ensure a smooth transition and quality education for pupils at this stage. The call was made by Mugisha Beatrice Ishimwe, who is the director of Asante Preschool and Kindergarten.
To the ministry, I appeal to the Ministry of Education to look at not to undermine nursery education. This is the grassroots. The education starts from nursery. The education that we give to the elders, this one's in primary and secondary, begins here. Actually, the nursery teachers need much more support than people think. You know, these are teachers who are teaching children how to use washrooms, how to eat. Some of them come when they don't know how to feed. Teachers have to feed them. So there's a lot of work. So please, we appeal to the government to give support to nursery schools. Implement the curriculum. Let them draw a curriculum for us and also make more books. Some of them can even be given out freely to those who may not be able to buy.
And in more news from this week, different schools gathered at Freedom City for the Primary School Cultural Gala competition. The organizers, the aim was to inculcate cultural values and morals among pupils from the grassroots primary level. These are the highlights.
The theme for this year is about good leadership, and our main focus was to promote culture through cultural dances. And as you've seen, many schools have come to showcase, but the specific culture that we centered on this time is the Masaba culture.
It is an event or a platform that boasts of showcasing cultural heritage For those of you who have gotten a chance to see what we've been able to showcase, every year we get to appreciate a particular region, a particular tribe, and a particular culture when it comes to their way of life, when it comes to dress code, when it comes to the ideal moral standards that will impact and instill in our children so that they can become responsible citizens of tomorrow.
Then they also learn their culture, they learn to coordinate and cooperate with one another. Then when we go in dance, we are looking for levels, footwork, how have they designed the costumes.
The Association of Secretaries and Administrative Professionals of Uganda has held its annual general meeting, bringing together secretaries and administrators from across the country to review achievements and discuss future goals. The meeting also featured elections for new leaders, and the president retained his seat unopposed while other positions saw tight contestants as members who pledged to strengthen professionalism and unity within the association.
The Association of Secretaries and Administrative Professionals of Uganda, ASAP, the umbrella body uniting all secretaries and administrators across the country, has convened its annual general meeting. The event brought together members to evaluate the year's performance, share best practices, and chart the course for the coming year.
So we are here for the annual general meeting, which is conducted every year, and we are planning to elect new leaders, and also we are here to call upon all secretaries and administrative professionals in Uganda, both private and sector, to come so that they are part of this great association.
Secretary profession has changed, it has evolved. It's no longer only just staying on the table, no. It's more than that. There's content, digital content today, which digital content is one of the work we as secretaries are supposed to do. We are working with officers. And
during the event, the incumbent president retained his position unopposed, while the vice presidency and communication strategist posts witnessed tight competitions.
I'll make sure that we build for them a home where they can retire from, and then they can get emotional and psychological support. You will be getting information. This issue of I need to get information. Support me together.
I'm a student of PhD at Franklin Institute, USA. I've published several articles in the newspaper. I work with different media.
Makerere University Business School Principal Professor Moses Muhwezi has urged new students at Nakawa campus to resist peer pressure leading to drug abuse and homosexuality and focus on academics for a successful future. He was inducting the MUB's new entrants at the institution's campus in Nakawa.
Makerere University Business School, MUBS, has had an induction session for new entrants at the university.
Today, you are not just freshers, you are young ones transitioning into a whole campus system. So guard yourself jealously, okay? Have a great time, but responsibly.
The principal, Professor Muhwezi, explained to the students to concentrate on their academics.
The future is not a mystery. It is a harvest of choices you make today. You cannot learn on things by mistake. Whoever you see here, whoever has achieved what I has achieved, he or she has put in a lot of effort to achieve that rank, that title. Drug addiction, the homosexuality, unwanted pregnancies, and errors of life. You are likely to face them, and it will be very unfortunate for you to cry.
He encouraged students to adapt to technological transformation.
80% of the jobs in the next 10 years will be ICT related. However, don't lose your naturality and wisdom to artificial intelligence. Use technology but remain human. That's what I'm saying.
The acting deputy principal, Professor Rachel Mindra Katorogo, implored the students to avoid academic irregularities.
University life offers a lot of freedom,
but freedom comes with responsibility. Learn to manage time wisely, balance your academics with your social life, and never lose sight of your goals. Next week, you're going to start your exams. So I'm telling you that you need to excel from the beginning. First year has all core courses. I think all of them are 5 credit units. So you need to excel. Graduation begins here.
You came here because of what? Because of academics. So the rest are also important, but the main thing is academics. Let us give academics the importance it deserves.
Dorcas Kimono, UBC News.
The Executive Director of Kampala Capital City Authority, Sharifa Buzeki, has instructed contractors working on Old Kira, Mukalazi, Katalemwa and Mugazirwaza Road to comply with the required standard of 900 millimeters culverts instead of the 600 millimeter culverts found in some sections. She was on a monitoring tour of the 7.5 kilometer stretch under the Greater Kampala Metropolitan Area Road project in Kampala.
During the inspection, KCCA Executive Director Sharifa Buzeki warned the contractors against using substandard materials, emphasizing the need for proper drainage systems to ensure smooth water flow within Kampala city.
Minimum should be 900 to be able to contain bigger volumes.
That's very okay, and we have good gradient and the cover will be achieved.
Yes, and the idea that one part we are putting 600, the other part we are doing 900, I think that should be out so that we only go to the gradient and then have smooth.
That is very okay.
Executive Director expressed with the Multiplex Construction Limited over delays in their works on Katarima Road.
So you duped me, we launched here and then we decided to go somewhere else.
No, we didn't. When we launched here, as the engineer said, we had issues, and with that half of the road encumbered.
500 meters is not half.
What I'm trying to explain, Madam, is that with that encumbrance, it had an effect on the design. There was at one point a proposal to skip this road if that issue persisted. So our advice
is it in writing? Did I ever write to you that skip that road if that issue is persisting?
No, we have several communications on that road because at one time the Indian accepted.
You know, you are not answering my questions. You are not answering my questions. I am the accounting officer.
Yes. Yes.
I am the one who brought you here. Yes. I am the one who gave you a contract. Yes. I am the one who launched the road with you. Yes. Did I ever tell you that skip that road?
At Mukalazi and Muganzirwaza roads, similar challenges were observed. The contractors noted that they are waiting approval of final design plans before completing the works.
Drawings. Yes. The way you give somebody builder building a house, drawings are approved by the employer. You, madam, her proving these are approved. Then these are used to construct these works. We are not given to them up to date.
You gave me the powers to represent you. And you no. And you gave him that appointment authority to me, that this is my representative. This contractor, he has now insisted that he wants to have your signature and a stamp of approval for a design drawing that we have always issued. Even these drawings. Now, when he says he still needs drawings for the walls, there are engagements, continuous engagements with some of these PAPs.
Accelerate the process by these organizations, and we call upon them to come and help us in this so that we can be able to finish these roads on time.
The head of construction at Multiplex, Engineer Chawe Richard, promised that by the middle of the next year, all the 4 roads will be completed. Mike Bakabulindi, compiled support for UBC News.
Lions Club District 411B is engaging in community projects focusing on education, health and environmental conservation. The district governor Allen Tush Naturinda, while at St. Mary's Nkugulutare Primary School in Kajansi, said that they serve humanity and create a conducive living environment. Lions Club District 411B members were handing over 20 desks to improve learning environment in the schools.
That contributes to the great environment that our children and learners need in the school. It is one of the calls that we make as Lions to partner with parents and the school administration to ensure that our learners get the best of the education. Sending out is to always, as parents, when you send children to school, follow through to see what is happening where the children go.
The Lions Club of Entebbe Road, the members decided to contribute and buy these wonderful 20 desks and chairs, and you could see the excitement which was here among the children, the excitement which was here among the parents, the excitement which was here.
We appeal to our government that let us, our government also do the same as the Lions Club has done today, to provide seedlings to each and every schools such that they plant trees around the school to improve the environment, even to prevent the desertification.
And we have something called the Kavera, a polythene bag. People litter this so much, and they do not know how much harm they're doing to the environment. But I really urge the youth to fervently come together so we can clean up our environments, because at the end of the day, it is us who are getting hurt when our environment gets hurt.
The Dean Faculty of Arts and Humanities at Chambogo University, Associate Professor Elizabeth Chazike, has urged members of the public to embrace cultural values and practices for the sustainable development of their communities. He was speaking at Chambogo University Cultural Gala in Kampala.
As a person who is trained in cultural heritage management, and today that we have a cultural gala at Chambogo University, I want to inform the public that we are all what we are because of our culture. Culture is diverse, and today we have about 22 groups from different parts of Uganda, represented by our students, to show what culture offers.
So on behalf of the Cross Culture Foundation of Uganda, we call upon different diverse communities, regardless of their levels of education, to embrace and take and practice their different cultures through food, through dressing, through songs, through dances. That way we are able to sustain our culture.
My message to the students and every person there, I'm requesting them to impress cultural values in what they are doing.
This is my advice to the government about the culture, that it is very, very good and very, very important for the African countries, of which Uganda is inclusive, to celebrate their culture. And that's the reason why this year's cultural festival at Chambogo University, it is unity in diversity, celebrating our roots.
We are teaching the youth how important their culture, not to take their culture as something that of a devil, that something that is part of them. So we are doing this cultural gala to give confidence to the youth.
Vandalism is an offense punishable by up to 10 years in jail.
Step into elegance, step into confidence, step into La Vie Boutique. Located at Grand Imperial Hotel, Shop 6 and 8, right behind Bank of Uganda. La Vie Boutique brings you high-class corporate and casual wear for men.
From sharp designer suits and crisp shirts to stylish casual t-shirts, tracksuits, shoes and accessories, we've got everything to make you stand out. Call us on 0772 419 181 or 0705 555 558. La Vie Boutique, where class meets style.
Step into a world of excellence, comfort and pride with Royal Foam Furniture, crafted to perfection right here in Uganda. We bring you state-of-the-art living room furniture and bedding products at affordable prices. Our wide variety of mattresses include orthopedic, pillow top, spring mattresses suitable for institutions like hotels, and many others for home comfort. With every piece telling a story of royal excellence, our products are built with the highest quality materials made to last. Experience royalty with Royal Foam Furniture, proudly made in Uganda, so buy Uganda and build Uganda. Visit our showrooms at Ginger Road, Chambogo Junction, Bukota Chisasi Road, and on Victoria Mall, Entebbe, on the first floor.
Welcome back. You're still watching the weekly news roundup edition of the UBC Lunchtime News. And in business, MTN Uganda this week rolled out MTN Ads, a powerful digital advertising platform that gives every business, from small shops to big brands, the power to speak directly to over 22 million MTN customers across the country.
The platform, which has been running quietly for a year, is already proving its worth.
You might ask, what is MTN Ads? MTN Ads is a product from MTN Uganda that is a digital advertising and marketing platform that allows businesses in Uganda and individuals, big or small. You could be a homeowner or a large business. It allows you to speak to MTN Uganda customers using the MTN network.
Early users report real growth in customer visits, engagement, and sales. With MTN Ads, businesses can now design campaigns that reach the right people at the right time, whether by age, location, or interests, and track results in real time.
You can use MTN Ads to do so many things, but one of them is to get your message to the right audience. For example, you might be running a boutique and you want to address maybe, let's say, women aged 18 to 35 years of age. We can curate a message for you that goes to those people.
MTN Ads also offers businesses a free directory listing, a zero-rated branded page, and guaranteed audience reach, depending on the selected package.
MTN Ads, what makes it different? Well, number one, MTN has access to unique targeting solutions. You can drill down to a gentleman or a lady in Gulu district, for example, and your message or your ad will be directed straight to that person in Gulu.
Launched during the annual Marketers Fireplace at Hotel Africana, the platform is being hailed as a game changer in local advertising. It connects businesses and customers with personalized messages that actually make sense with no guesswork. With MTN Ads, every business in Uganda now has the power to advertise smarter, grow faster, and reach millions instantly.
Ugandans, the unstoppable internet deal of deals is here with MTN Wakanet Fiber. Connect your home with our starter pack of 100 Mbps at only 99k. And if you want more speed for less, we've got you. Get the 200 Mbps at only 129k. And the fastest one yet? Enjoy up to 500 Mbps at only 250k. To sign up, use the My MTN app or dial *100 *23#. Offer is valid till the 30th of November for both new and existing subscribers. Together, our connection is unstoppable.
Exercise can't be sustained. Eating can't be stopped. It's even harder to lose weight? Come and give it a try. Genshikang L-carnitine chromium capsules, plant extract, scientific ratio, take 3 capsules each time. The active ingredient accelerates fat burning, eat twice a day, don't take a detour. Weight loss starts now. Genshikang L-carnitine with chromium capsules helps you stay in shape. Please follow medical advice when taking this product. For more information, visit our website www.hgo.com or call 0800 335555.
Welcome back. You're still watching the weekly news roundup edition of the UBC Lunchtime News with me, Wadulo Arnold Mark. And of course, you know this is a special time where the Uganda National Examinations Board is preparing for the Uganda Advanced Certificate of Education examinations starting tomorrow. So joining me in studio is Miss Jennifer Kalule Musamba, who is the Head of Communications and Corporate Affairs at UNEB. Ms. Jennifer, straight to the point.
Yes, please.
Welcome, and I would like you to enlighten us how prepared, first and foremost, is UNEB in preparing for the USCE results.
Oh, thank you.
Not results, exams.
Examinations. Okay, good afternoon, viewers, and thank you so much, UBC, for the opportunity. Yes, UNEB is prepared. We've gone through the worst. PLE is the worst examination. If you go through your PLE, then you know we are going to survive everything else.
Everything, yeah.
So yeah, we are prepared. We've been able to carry the distribution. Right now, as I speak, our teams are out there, our trucks are out there trying to distribute. We did begin yesterday to do the distribution, such that by tonight, basically, all examinations should be at all our stations, and by tomorrow morning, all the centers should be able to receive their examination scripts. And then the other things that we also do preparations, we have the scouts, and then we have the whom we keep on briefing. So we have various sets of scouts whom we are briefing over the last few days, Friday, Saturday. They are all ready, so they are going there to do the supervision of the examinations for over it's about 2 or 3 weeks or so. Okay. Yeah, so we are prepared.
All right. And are there any new guidelines or changes introduced in this year's USCE examinations compared to previous years?
Well, nothing much really. It's more or less the same. This is the last set of the old curriculum, so we do not really have any more new guidelines. What we need to emphasize, of course, is the issue of malpractice. We realize that at PLE, because now UNEP has been able to tighten our grips regarding malpractice, regarding issues like you can never get a leakage, as in somebody getting to know about the paper before the actual time. That is not happening. So what is happening, we realize, is that now schools are getting to the level of doing malpractice at school. They do external assistance. The paper comes, they open, they write the questions, and then they write on the paper, on the blackboard, or helping the candidates. So we are tightening our grip over there, and at USCE, it's not going to happen.
Okay. And then as we come to the conclusion of our interview, I know it's quite brief, but what is UNEB's message to school administrators, invigilators, and candidates ahead of these examinations? Okay,
there are different categories. They all have different roles. To the invigilators, to the scouts, please, you have been sent to those schools to make sure you prevent a malpractice from happening. In case a malpractice happens under your watch, you are going to be culpable under the NEP Act 2020 and under the NEP Act 259, and this is the section 20. There's a section in the Act. This is section 26(1)(g), and it is maximum sentence of 5 years imprisonment or 20 million shillings or both. Okay. So please make sure no malpractice happens under your watch while at the center. To the heads of centers, to the head teachers, we want to request. We have come this far with these learners. just in case there's a learner who hasn't paid their school fees or something like that. Let's let them do the examinations, and then at the right time when it's time to release the results, you let us know and we can withhold the results. But let's not block anybody from doing the examination just because of school fees. We shall be able to, to help you at the time of the release of the results. And to the parents and everybody else, let's be supportive to assure them, yes, they're able to do it. This is something they've been doing over the years. They've been doing examinations before. Take any other examination they've done before. And also make sure that you don't get hoodwinked by people who are going to claim that they have Bosasi or they are going to give you some support or anything. Please, candidates, you've been doing this on your own. Make sure no one causes you to lose your examination or your entire year by giving external assistance or by alleging to give you a Kasasi, because you will just lose it all. Please don't. You have what it takes, you pass with what you've been doing.
And then, Ms. Kalule, maybe lastly, are there any logistical challenges that have come about in transporting these examinations to maybe some regions around the country, or everything has been smooth?
Yeah, no, at PLE we got some challenges with the water. Some places like in Lira, it was raining and we had to shift some candidates from one area to another where it was safer. But the beauty about it is that we work with local government authorities. So the DIS would make sure they do all that. They do whatever it takes to make sure the examinations are done. And then in some cases, in another I think it was in Katakwi, where the churches came in. The schools were flooded, so the churches said, no, let's use the churches. So the candidates, about 6 schools, had to do the examinations from the churches, and we appreciate the churches very much. And then for another school where there was no church nearby, the parents came and they did dug holes into the examination room, and the water was able to flow, and then they bought stones to make sure that it consumes the water, and learners were able to do. So I want to thank so much the communities, the parents, the local governments who have been very supportive in all this.
So for the USCE, nothing has been reported? So
far not, but of course it's the weather. Usually it's the weather which comes in, and my appeal right now is to all stakeholders out there, the local governments, the parents, the communities. In case something like that happens, let's try and be innovative and see how we can be able to help our learners to do the examinations within a conducive environment.
All right. Ms. Jennifer Kalule is the head of corporate affairs and public relations at the Uganda National Examinations Board. Thank you very much for duly joining us.
Thank you for hosting me.
We do wish the senior 6 candidates success in their examinations. In more news from this week, the 10th Korean Ambassadors Taekwondo Championship and K-pop festivals has started at the MTN Arena Lugogo and later at Makerere University. We have some of the highlights from this event.
The spirit of Korea came alive in Uganda as 2 spectacular events, the Korean Ambassadors Cup Taekwondo Championship and the 2025 K-pop Festival, united athletes, performers and culture enthusiasts in a grand celebration of friendship, discipline and creativity. Speaking at the opening ceremony of the Taekwondo Championship, the Korean Ambassador Park Sung-so commended the Uganda Taekwondo Federation and the Uganda Olympic Committee for their dedication and partnership since 2017.
We gather here not only to compete, but to celebrate friendship, courage, and discipline, the very heart of Taekwondo. Taekwondo teaches us to be strong but humble, to fight without anger, to win with respect.
He applauded the athletes for embodying the true values of Taekwondo, which are courage, respect, discipline, and honor, noting that the sport has become a bridge connecting people and nations.
I found it good because I won 2 matches, and last one in the finals, I didn't find it good because the person they gave me, he was not my weight.
Later, at the awarding ceremony of the K-pop festival held at Makerere University, the ambassador praised the passion of young Ugandans who embraced Korean culture through songs and dance.
All of you who took part in the competition and showcased the very essence of K-pop songs and dance. I only congratulate all the winners of today's festival. But remember, everyone who stood on this stage is already a winner.
Manal Mohammed, who finished first, took home 2.5 million shillings, with second place drumline dancers winning 1.5 million shillings.
I was coming when I was doubting myself. Even today when I saw the other participants when they were dancing, I was like, oh, maybe I'm not standing a chance. But then I was like, no, I have to fight that. I will go on the stage and think that I own the stage, and I'm going to be the winner today.
Both events showcased the deepening friendship between Uganda and Korea, highlighting how culture and sport can unite people beyond boundaries through energy, respect, and shared dreams.
And that brings us to the end of our weekly news roundup edition of the Lunchtime News. Thank you very much for being a lovely audience. My name is Wadulo Arnold Mark, and I'm styled by La Vie Boutique, located on Grand Imperial Hotel Kampala, shop 6 and 8, right behind Bank of Uganda. Do care to go check them out and get styled up. Otherwise, have yourselves a lovely afternoon.
UBC, inspiring Uganda.
Dear Ugandans, I'm pleased to inform you that Uganda will be hosting